Hello, welcome. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've had some crazy deadlines with work that just made me unable to have time to do this recording stuff. But we're back at it now, and it's the best time of the year, cube time. Here we're going to be drafting the Legacy Cube, which is... I'm not sure if it's my favorite cube, like the most fun, but I think it's the most consistent cube. Like, I think it's the cube I most enjoy playing the matches of. I think Vintage Cube is the most fun to draft, just because, you know, you could always open something busted like a Mox or Black Lotus. So you just get that rush of like trying to open good cards. But I think this one leads to the most consistent and balanced games, at least in my opinion. So I really enjoy it. Okay, so looking at this pack, we have Gristlebrand, Garruk Wild Speaker, Tarmogoyf, Rebelmaster, Venser, Redcap, Doomblade. So I don't think Gristlebrand is nearly as good. Actually, he's still pretty good in this cube. I believe that, yeah, this is Legacy, not Modern. Okay, I keep thinking of Modern Cube where there was like no reanimation support. I think Gristlebrand's actually probably a good pick here. If I wasn't taking Gristlebrand, I think I would probably take Garruk. I think Garruk's just very powerful. A lot of the decks in Legacy Cube end up being kind of mid-rangey, and just being able to go turn 4 Garruk into like turn 5 7 drop, or, you know, make a beast. Like, he can just create an army and kill them on his own. He can also ramp you, fix your mana. He can do a lot. But here we're going to take Gristlebrand. Actually, I'm going to take Garruk. I talked him up a lot. We're moving in on Garruk. The old bait and switch. Okay, so we have Nissa, which is a great planeswalker. If you want to make plants. Again, she, combined with Garruk, can actually give you a pretty formidable team. So she makes a bunch of plants, and then Garruk gives them the overrun ability, and they just hit for so much damage. Rishadan Port, very powerful. Bad mana leak. I'm actually torn between Eternal Witness and Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. I think Eternal Witness is better in a vacuum. Nissa's good if we know we're going to be kind of like green aggro mid-range. I think I'm going to take this Eternal Witness. Yeah, the next pick will be Nissa. Then maybe Miscalculation. Risk card's okay, but I'll take the Witness. This card's very powerful as well. Ooh, Kiora's very good. So, prevent all damage, draw a card. Blue-green is actually one of my favorite archetypes. There's also a Taiga, just really helps with fixing. We haven't seen any red cards we necessarily want to play at the moment, though. I'm not super high on Sylvan Advocate at the moment. There's just a lot of solid removal that can deal with this, and I think 2-drops, we can pick up some later. I'd rather have like a 1-drop Dork that accelerates. Like, this card's going to be a 2-mana 2/3 that's like, it's always fine, but I'd rather play a 1-mana Accelerant and then ramp out something like a Garruk. I think that's just a much better recipe for winning in such a powerful format like Legacy Cube. I think I'm going to take Kiora. Really sad to pass Taiga. I love dual lands, I love fixing, but Kiora really impresses me. She's one of the better win conditions in like Planeswalkers, because she ultimates so quickly, and her ultimate's game ending. You just get a 9/9 Kraken every turn. Ooh, okay. So we could go into my favorite deck, which is 5-color nonsense. Chromatic Lantern is the first step in doing that. Show and Tell, much worse when you're playing leagues, because someone else could also just have fatties. I think it's safer in Legacy Cube than Vintage Cube, where there's, you know, less people trying to do Eldrazi's and stuff, but it's just, I think it's still a trap in this format. So I'm not going to be taking that. The only other thing I would consider probably out of this pack is Sphinx's Rev, but I only want that with Chromatic Lantern anyway, so we're just going to take the good card here. Okay, so Chandra Flamecaller is great. She's really kind of the top end you're looking for if you're going for just Planeswalkers. +1 is a way to kill them, and then her minus can wipe the board, and she just does everything, you know. Adds pressure, draws cards, wipes the board, and protects the other Planeswalkers. Gideon Jura also very good. I think actually Gideon is better than Chandra because he costs 5. The other consideration is Seachrome Coast, but it's just not that good. I think I'm going to take Gideon. This format ends up being pretty creature Planeswalker centric. And Gideon, again, can kill creatures, protect your other planeswalkers, and threaten other planeswalkers himself. So we're going to pick up this Gideon. Ooh, there's Nicol Bolas. The OG Nicol Bolas, too. I think probably Factor Fiction. Actually, the thing I've noticed with decks like this, if you just have a bunch of planeswalkers, card advantage doesn't become too much of an issue. So effects like Factor Fiction or card draw is actually less important if like every card in your deck is just so impactful, right? So let's say your whole deck is like all 4 mana planeswalkers. You're generating so much advantage every turn that it's not necessarily worth it to waste a turn to recoup card advantage because you're going to be down on tempo, not cards. I think for that reason, I'm going to actually take Lotus Cobra so I can ramp out 4 mana planeswalkers, as crazy as that is. Hope to wheel maybe Nicol Bolas, but we need fixing and we need ramp, and this does both very well. I think on that vein, I'm going to take Stomping Ground over something like Reflector Mage. There's Exhume if we had taken Gristlebrand, but I think I'm more happy with where we are at. And Stomping Ground over Sacred Foundry. Yeah, because we're not even sure if we're going to splash red, but this is at least one on-color card. We're more likely to be green than we are to be red or white, so Stomping Ground is the pick. But yeah, we need a lot of fixing. Okay, Hollowed Fountain probably has to be the pickup here over Abrupt Decay, Anguished Unmaking. I love Karmic Guide. This card is so fun. Just this plus Revelark. You can just do some really crazy loops and just destroy your opponent. But I think we're going to need the fixing. Both of these are black, which we don't have any of yet. We're just going to try and go into Bant. Wow, Doomblade Wield? Johnny Goldmane is one of the worst planeswalkers. He's like fine, especially against like mono red. Just gaining 2 life a turn isn't horrible, and he ultimates pretty quickly. But I think, you know, you just want high impact plays, and spending 4 mana on this is just not worth it. I think I'm going to pick up this Doomblade. Splashing, if you're going to splash cards, you want really cheap effects. And Doomblade is one of the most efficient removal spells in this cube. Maybe we'll play Relzarek. Maybe? Let's see, are we more likely to be red or blue? Okay. I didn't even click to take it, but I guess that works. Probably just want Blooming Marsh over the Sylvan Advocate, although it does do a very good job of protecting our planeswalkers. Because it is a 2/3 with Vigilance, but I think I'm just going to take the fixing. Okay, don't like this fixing. Godfarer's Gift is kind of a funny way to win, but there's more places for 7 mana effects, like if we wheel that Nicol Bolas. Don't really like Hissing Quagmire, but take it. Okay. Inquisition actually is pretty decent. We do have a bit more black fixing than I initially thought. Necrotal is also good, but it is double black. I think I'm gonna take Inquisition. Ooh, Fatal Push, perfect. Okay, black seems quite open actually. Now we have... It's interesting, we're kind of going into like a green-black rock style deck. Maybe we're not going to be doing these guys, but like Sultai something. We'll see what fixing we end up with. We do have Chromatic Lantern, so we can kind of play whatever we want, but... okay, so Regrowth. I think I would like to wheel that. Tireless Tracker is really, really good if we want to, you know, maintain the mid-rangey card advantage game. But it's looking like we're pretty set up to play. Thassa I'm not too excited about. Tundra, we do already have Hollowed Fountain, so Tundra's not super exciting. Don't like counterspells too much in this style of deck. Parallax Wave is very good. I think I do just take Tireless Tracker. Just a powerful effect. Gets us cards every turn. It does make our opponent's removal worthwhile though, so we could take something like Slaughter Pact. But seeing how open black was, I think I'm just going to take this tracker and hope to wheel one of those black cards. Ooh, okay. So we have Llanowar Elves. If we want an early play to try and ramp out one of these guys. Carnage Tyrant is interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. Also, Relic of Progenitus? Why are there sideboard cards in the cube? Like, I don't think Reanimate is even that good in Legacy Cube. I could be wrong. Soren Markov's a really powerful planeswalker, but he's very expensive. Keranos is basically a planeswalker. I love this card. Indestructible, draws you a card every turn or nugs a creature. Nahiri's fine. I don't actually like her for this deck. I think it's between Keranos and Sorin Markov for us. I think I'm just going to grab this Keranos, to be honest. Got blue-red fixing. He's basically a planeswalker. I'm down. Okay, Polluted Delta. Wow, okay. Polluted Delta, Wretched Confluence is very powerful. This is just draw 3. Because you can either make yourself draw 3 or return creatures. You can kind of go infinite with this plus Eternal Witness. So that's a very powerful card. Polluted Delta right now gets blue, white, black. Very good card. Sivala filters for double color. It's not that great. We don't have too many creatures. Elves of Deep Shadow is pretty good for fixing for black early on. Might just grab this Polluted Delta. It's just going to get so much better over time, and we need the fixing. Ooh, Legacy's Allure. Powerful card. Same with Condemn. But we might just want Windswept Heath. This gets blue, white, green, red. Yeah, it's a 4-color land, and you know this pack's gonna have stuff for us no matter what we end up taking. So I'm just gonna snatch up this land. We want to be able to cast our spells. That's step 1 in winning games of Magic, is casting your spells. Okay, Zealous Conscripts is really good. You can steal opposing planeswalkers when they're about to ultimate. You can steal creatures. It has haste, so you can threaten opponents. So is Pact of Negation. You know, if you tap out, like, say, on turn 5 for a Gideon, and then they do something and you Pact of Negation, then it's kind of like Time Walk in that you prevent what they're doing, and then you get to use your Gideon twice. Garruk Primal Hunter is good. I don't think we're going to have enough green. I would love to take Verdant Catacombs or Wooded Foothills, but I think probably it's just Zealous Conscripts here. We might wheel one of these two. Actually, no, I'm gonna take the fixing still. I want better. Now we can take Nissa over Liliana Vess and Elspeth. Yeah, I think Nissa's better. Is there a basic forest? Yeah, this card is really powerful. Just late game card advantage, it becomes a planeswalker and draws a card every turn. And early game card advantage, fixes our mana, helps us hit 4 and 5 mana. Over... I don't like Elspeth, and Liliana doesn't really impact the board right when you cast her, so we'll take Nissa. Ooh. I am down for Jace. Card's very good. I love Oust, by the way. Oust, if you they play a Mana Dork and you oust it, it's just Time Walk. If they let's say they play a Mana Dork and they don't have enough lands, so they're waiting to draw lands. You put the creature on top of their library, so they have to draw a Land of War Elves instead of a land or whatever. It's really bad feeling. It's not so good at permanently removing big threats in the late game, but it costs 1, so it's a really good early game play. I think here I'm kind of locked into just grabbing a Jace though. We'll figure out how we're going to cast it later on. Ooh. Big Daddy Bolus? Wow, what is Tower of the Magistrate? I guess that can unequip swords, but that's really, I don't think that's a good idea. Also, I'm kind of anti-swords in the cube. They lead to pretty uninteractive games. I think they're good, at least the Sword of Body and Mind. Hang on, let me decide. Nicol Bolas or Reflecting Pool? I mean, look, we're taking Nicol Bolas, right? Can't just not take Nicol Bolas. Slaughter Pact gives us a way to kill creatures on the cheap. We play against black, that's kind of an issue, but black's not very good in cube. Missing out on Forbid. Oh, we could take Parallax Wave, actually. Card is really powerful. Yeah, we have Eternal Witness. I'm taking Parallax Wave. I forgot how good this interaction is. So we could take Mizzium Mortars if we want some more early interaction. Nahiri's actually can get Keranos, which is kind of funny. Do we have enough black to cast Sorin? Kind of. It's triple black though. I think I'm gonna take Mizzium Mortars. The overload capabilities are just so good. We do need some kind of board wipes, so we're taking like Wrath of God over most everything here, which is kind of why we took Parallax Wave. I think Faith's Fetters, despite what I said about Wretched Confluence, we need a way to deal with non-creature threats. So I'm going to take Faith's Fetters for that reason. It also gains life. Legacy's Allure. Do we have enough blue? This card's very powerful if you can cast it. So we have one. This does not get blue. This does. This does. I don't think we're going to be playing anything else. I'm going to take the Allure. These are the 3 cards we were considering taking. I'm going to Windmill Slam. I believe Zealous Conscripts. Yeah, this card's good. Leona Vess, we could... What? Dudes, someone should have taken this fixing. Okay, we're like pretty set up to be... Maybe not white at the moment, but we have some pretty decent fixing so far. So we have... Okay, what's in this pack? Force of Will, but we only have like 4 blue cards, so that's not for us. Lightning Helix is red-white. I think right now my biggest concern is making sure our mana is good. So Savannah, what does that help us with? It lets Verdant Catacombs get white. That's about it. And then we get green-white, which helps us cast Face Fetters, Parallax Wave, Gideon. Nature's Lore can grab Stomping Ground, Overgrown Tomb. That's an interesting one. We do have a lot of 4-drops and not many early plays. We want Nature's Lore? Maybe we just try and take Savannah so we can wheel like a Lightning Helix, something to cast. Nature's Lore. It only gets 2 forests. I guess it also just gets a generic green, because we're going to be playing basic forests probably. I'll take the Nature's Lore. Ooh, wow, this pack is powerful. We have Oath of Nissa, which might just have to be the pick. How many Planeswalkers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this can find Planeswalkers or lands, and then it makes all of our Planeswalkers and lands castable. Deathrite Shaman is a 1-mana play that, you know, can gain us life, damage our opponent, and we have 1, 2, 3 fetches currently. Probably going to pick up 1 more, so this can just kind of ramp us up. Glenalendra is very good. I probably would take her if we didn't have so many 4s and not that much blue. It's possible we even cut this Jace just because it's double blue, if our fixing doesn't get there. Brainstorm's okay with our fetches. Honestly, I think I'd take Deathrite Shaman. A 1-mana play that taps for any color is pretty much what we're looking for in this deck. Hoping we can wheel Oath of Nissa or Marsh Flats, but Deathrite's very good. Okay. Oh, Ravenous Chupacabra. In this pack we have Ugin. It's a hugely powerful card. Birds of Paradise, which is probably what I'll be taking because we do need the fixing. Ponder and such. Dragonlord Ojutai also is good. I don't think we need 8 mana plays, and its minus ability is not that good in our deck because we have a lot of colored permanents that it would kill in doing so. So I'm just gonna take birds. For the same reason that I took Deathrite Shaman, it's a colorless, or it's a source of any color, which I think is just very good. Okay, Nissa Vital Force. So it's like a permanent regrowth that can give you lands, and it ults to give you card draw whenever you play a land. Okay. Dragonlord Atarka is good. Terminus would also be good in the deck. I don't know how I feel about Nissa Vital Force. She can just regrowth other planeswalkers that have died. She's really good with Parallax Wave, Eternal Witness. Actually, I think I'll check out this Nissa. There's enough combos there that I'm down. Okay, so Jadelight Ranger double explores, but that's about it. This is the bad Chandra. I think I'm just going to take Mana Confluence. We only have 8 fixing lands so far, and we need to be able to splash colors here. If it wasn't for Mana Confluence, I think I would be taking Hidden Dragon Slayer, maybe? Because we don't have a way to deal with too many big creatures at the moment. But I'm going to take the Confluence. Wow. Okay, so there's Big Garrick. We want to go that far. Gives us a way to interact with planeswalkers and creatures. Kind of redundant with Nicol Bolas. They're very similar effects. Den Protector gives us a way to bring back... Actually, I want to see how many playables I have. 22. We could take Shelldock Isle or something like Solemn. Big Garrick. Do I need more 7s? Lotus Cobra. I have a lot of ramp and mana fixing. Kira, Little Garrick. This is tough. I think I'm just going to take Den Protector, though. This card is just an all-around role player. We can rebuy whatever card we want to play. Oh, I forgot Upheaval. Wait, that card's legal in Legacy? Huh. I actually didn't know that. I don't think we're going to be taking that. We could take Sower, but again, I don't want any of my creatures to be good, like, removal targets for my opponent. Like, Sower of Temptation, my opponent's playing, like, Doomblade or something. It just trades for a Doomblade, which is not that exciting. So I think for that reason, I'm going to take a Dreadbore. More early, cheap interaction. Gives us more outs to killing opposing planeswalkers. Just a very good card. Oh, wow. It's a good pack, too. Anger of the Gods might just be what we want. It does kill a lot of our little dorks. Oh, maybe Seagate Oracle. How much mass removal do we actually have? Not much at all. Garrick, Gideon, Nicol Bolas. We have ways to kill like big creatures like Doomblade, Dreadbore, Fatal Push. Double red though? Maybe just Terminate. Terminate it is. Okay, Rupon Craig I think is actually playable here. Yeah, red-green fixing. Wow, Marsh Flats came around. Okay, so Marsh Flats grabs black. What else do we grab? So it gives black, white, blue, green. That's pretty good. I gotta take Marsh Flats. It also powers up our Deathrite. Yeah, sorry, Battlesphere. Also, how did Murd Battles... Ooh, Dragonlord Ojutai? That's gotta be the play, right? We already have a lot of black-green fixing, and Ojutai is really powerful. Yeah, I'll take that. Maybe not playing it, but... Ooh, Terminus. Okay, I'm down for a Terminus. This is actually kind of an effect that I was looking for still. Guess Bedlam Reveler? Okay, we got Big Garrick anyway. Okay, so I like Jace. I think we can cast Jace now. We'll see how the mana works out. Blooming Marsh is much... Go for the throat, sure. I think Doomblade is still better than Go for the Throat. But it's actually kind of tough now. How much red fixing do we even have here? We only have one Stomping Ground, I think. But it can be fetched by 1, 2... Only 2 duels. Okay, so we want to minimize our red, I think. I'm going to take Dreadbore over Terminate, because we're going to be operating at sorcery speed anyway. These are our lands. Legacy's Allure. How much blue do we have? Hallowed Fountain can be got by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 blue sources right now. These lands, please don't recombine. Perfect. We need to cut some cards here. Nature's Lore can grab a forest, which means Stomping Ground, Overgrown Tomb. I actually don't like that. I have better fixing now that taps for any color. Between Birds, Deathrite Shaman. Eternal Witness, Tracker. All these cards are very good. Tracker's great with all our fetch lands too. I think Ralzarek is one of the more medium planeswalkers we have. Big Garrick is kind of redundant. Pretty sure this deck wants 17 lands. It's got a lot of it's got a lot of mana requirements. We could just cut Chromatic Lantern, but that's like a one. Like if we just have an opening hand with Chromatic Lantern and 3 lands, we can keep it regardless of how bad our fixing situation is. What else do we cut here? Deathrite. I like Inquisition, I think. Gives us some early interaction still. Ewit. Then Protector is a 3-drop. Maybe we do cut Terminus until we see a lot of creatures. We have Faith's Fetters. No, I think Terminus has to be in the deck. What do I cut here? Guys, I'm stuck. All the cards are good. Maybe I do just cut Jace because it's hard to cast. Honestly, that's probably the case. Just make our deck as consistent as possible. Now we're kind of just green-black. Like we're Jund splashing some double white cards. Easy. Because, yeah, now we only have 2 blue spells. I think that's better. It's really sad, but I think it is better. Okay, so we're adding this, this, this. We have 4 fetches. 3 fetchable lands. This for sure is getting in. Green-black early is very important, so I'll take that. Rootbound Craig. Red-green later on. I think that's good. I'll take that. Okay, so now we're going to sort by color. Sorting this all out is very difficult. So green sources right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, this man is actually going to be quite good. Okay, 9 green sources. Maybe I want 1 more. So I'll add a basic. Oh, for Nissa I want 2 basic forests, I think. Just to make sure I can grab something. So I'm going to add those. Maybe I cut one of these green sources then, like a Rootbound Crag. We'll see if I have enough red. With red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red cards, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources. I think that's worth a red card. White, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white sources. We have a lot of double white. So we need some basic planes here, I think. At least 2. We need 2. Because I really just want to be able to terminus on time. Gideon on 5, we have a lot of color fixing. Okay, let's see what else we have. So green is taken care of. Black, I don't think I've looked at yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Black is plenty fine. White, blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 5. 5 blue, and is more than plenty. Maybe we can put in this Ralzarak. Maybe Ralzarak is better than... like, we're not even ramping into that much. I think we'll keep Ralzarak in the sideboard. I don't actually know what other colors I want to add here. So red we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's plenty. Mizzy Mortars is another board wipe type effect. You know, I think just this mana base actually works pretty well. Alright. Interestingly enough, I don't think the Oath of Nissa wheeled. I wonder who took that. But yeah, I'm gonna try this out. Maybe? No, Lotus Cobra is great with all our fetches. Yeah. Okay, see you guys round 1.